everyone, I'm Holly and I am the maker here at Missouri River Soap, and we are based in Montana, which I have a very Montana story to tell you here in just a moment. But this video is a release preview. We are having a shop update, a release on Thursday, January 23rd at 5 p.m. Mountain at MoRiverSoap.com. And I know many of you like to see what's going to hit the website before it actually does, and you like to see sizes and get just a little different look compared to just the pictures on the website. So yes, I was walking out to my studio to film this video and I was almost here. We have a little 12 by 32 workspace for all things Missouri River Soap. And I was almost here and I heard two very low, deep growls. I heard the first one and I actually stopped. And by the time I heard the second one, I was moving. I was running. I booked it the rest of the way. I wasn't that far away, but I tried looking around to see if I could see a bear. My first thought was a bear. So I was looking around to see if I, could see a bear, but all the trees are kind of, dark and clumpy, and you can't really see bears super easily. At least, I think so. And then I got in here once I was safe and could think about it for a minute. I was like, well, I could have been a moose with a really low grumble. I called my husband, damsel in distress. I was like, something legit just growled at me. And I was panicked. My cheeks are very red. So he came out and he was looking around. Of course, we see nothing. And I'm like, I feel like I'm making up things. I'm a little concerned. It's like one of those paranormal shows where they're like, I know what I heard. I heard what I heard. And I'm like, I kind of heard what I heard. But at the same time, I'm like, was it mechanical? Like, what could have made that sound since we didn't see anything? So my husband's like, well, maybe it was a bobcat. That would have been small. And they're all over around here, supposedly. I haven't seen one. And then my son came out and kind of was doing some tracking around. And he said that, yes, there were some rather small footy prints kind of around the back of the shed. And somebody, my workshop, we call it a shed because it's a shed design with like a gable roof and everything. And he said that something looked like had bedded down back there. So we're going to go with, I have a bobcat that hangs out with me at the shed now. So I'm going to have to evaluate how I'm going to handle that situation. All right, let's look at these products. So I have 5 soaps coming up with this release. And we have Mountain Lilac. This is just, I was going to grab some bars to show you. So Mountain Lilac is just a solid purple soap. This is my second batch. The first one, it was a bit of a challenge. And when I cut into it, I didn't love how it looked. This one still has a little color migration because it got pretty hot as a floral. And so what happened is some of that purple started to move around a little bit. So there's just a few little lines and squigglies here and there, but otherwise it's still very nice. So that's the Mountain Lilac. This is different from the Montana Lilac that I did last time because I used all my fragrance up in that other batch. So I did some mixtures of a few other lilacs that I had around here, and I still really love it. As with most lilacs, it is a blend with some lily of the valley, such. So it's not a straight, but you do get that idea of it's lilac. So I brought back Black Raspberry Vanilla, and this is just a classic soap scent, and it is blackberries, raspberries, and vanilla. It smells oh so good. It's very green. You get the green notes and everything. It's not a super sweet raspberry and vanilla because it stays white. So it is just a really delightful. And I kind of went with my same original design. Normally, I do have it came down in a little bit more. Back in the olden days, I would use some apricot seed powder. And I kind of wanted to do that to create little speckles, but I didn't have any, so I didn't do that this time. Now, Juicy is back. This is an essential oil soap, and this has been a request. And I colored this predominantly with clays. So we have pink clay, green clay, yellow clay, and then I used some pink and the yellow together to kind of create the orange. Now, it did not have much of a punch in the pink, so I did use a little bit of pink ultramarine in it, but we don't have that whole titanium dioxide bit that we would have in a mica. And this is a brand new one. It is, I don't know, did I show you I don't think I showed you the label of Juicy. And so this is a brand new soap. It is lemon poppy seed, and it is a mixture of lemony essential oils, and is colored with the yellow clay. It looks so nice. Now this is my recipe, but I'm giving credit to Muddy Mint. I did purchase their soap recipe because I was really interested in the essential oil blend that they were using and how they were going about using the yellow clay, etc. So I did purchase their soap recipe, so credit is given to Muddy Mint, but it is my recipe, as in actual oils and everything. That part is mine. And then I did not clean up a bar of creme cacao because I did need a picture, but it is just a white, creamy colored soap. Probably more creamy colored than white, but it is unscented / unfragranced. I mean, there's still a little bit of a scent to it, but there's no fragrance added to it. And it is just made with just loads of cocoa butter and some cream. Now, if you're a maker, you know cocoa butter is very expensive. So I've been just kind of squirreling away my last little bits of cocoa butter and saving it just for creme cacao. I did want to go ahead and talk to you about soaps that I released in December. It was kind of flew under the radar. I mean, I don't know if the algorithm gods, I do not stand in their favor apparently right now. So it was a pretty slow release. We had Confetti Blossom. And I always love this soap. It's one of my favorites. I don't normally make this when the rainbows aren't out as a rainbow release, but I had a couple of bars set aside of my last rainbow soap batch, so I was able to make that, and it was a request to be made. And then I always get requests for pomegranate soaps and champagne type soaps. So I have pomegranate champagne here, and it was kind of like, let's toast the new year, you know, let's have the pomegranate champagne and let's have the confetti blossom and let's just celebrate 2025. So that's what my kind of thought was there on that one. And so this is the pomegranate champagne. Isn't it pretty? It smells oh so good. I had a couple of other requests. So one of them was for chocolate and lavender. And this one does smell so amazing. And here is the bar. It's kind of milk chocolatey colored. And it's like, got a little purple in there. And it is just chocolate and lavender. It smells so good. It's just very smooth and creamy. And then I have, for my other request, cocoa butter cashmere. And of course, I love to knit, so I really liked the basket of yarn. I thought that was really cute. And so here we have the cocoa butter and cashmere, and it does smell amazing. Now the vanilla in it does cause it to discolor quite a bit, but oh, that's a great one too. I really like it. I still have a little bit of winter peach and a splattering of other soaps out there. The winter peach turned out to be one of my favorites from the holiday release. It was just so smooth and fruity. And I had tested some bars and I knew I liked it, but I brought in a full-size bar to use in my house and that blew me away. We're gonna have steamers back. This was a requested thing. I was planning on bringing it back anyway. I still have to label quite a bit of stuff. So you get a little box here full of 4 tablets. It weighs about 6 ounces and they're pretty nice looking tablets. And so we just have the cutesy little white tablet. And for those, they're menthol, so it's menthol and eucalyptus, and you just set them to the side of your shower and let it release the steam as it kind of fizzles, or release the scent as it fizzles away in the steam and everything. It's just very spa-like and delightful. We have some new whipped soap scrubs, and whipped soap scrubs are just a soapy base where sugar has been added for mild exfoliation, and some extra delightful oils have been added for some moisturizing properties. It's intended for, you know, your arms, your legs, your belly, and your back, not sensitive areas, not your face, not for sensitive areas, but it is very nice for exfoliating and kind of leaving your skin feeling nice and supple. And so with this release, we have Lemonilla Kiss. And I was kind of rushing to get these labels done for pictures, but I might be making some adjustments because I don't love them exactly. But this is an amazing, oh my gosh. And I meant to save some of the jar, like one open of each, so that you could see what it looked like, but I completely forgot. And there is a reel up on Instagram of the making of this one. Had a little interruption there, so I will try to remember what I was saying. But yes, I think I'm going to adjust the label just a little bit, but I got my pictures done, and this is a lemon and vanilla, jasmine, and green tea. It's very fresh, very sweet though too at the same time. Now it's not like a lemon curd type, but it is very nice. I have black raspberry vanilla in the sugar scrub, and I love how the colors turned out. I had so much fun with this one. And then there's a little mixture dollop on the top, and then this one is just kind of this was a request, so I went ahead and made some apple and oats scrub, but there's no oatmeal or anything in this. It's just my same regular recipe. Now these two, this is brand new, and so my friend was wanting to try scrub, but she's allergic to avocado, which I didn't realize at first. So I always use avocado oil. This is made with avocado oil. So these two new ones, this one I actually made like a week or so ago. So two new ones I went ahead and made with jojoba oil and apricot oil, and I love that. So those are those three. But I also still have 3 scrubs in stock. I kind of did some boozy blends for the last release that I thought was really fun. So this one's strawberry bourbon, and it's kind of like strawberries and champagne grew up and matured, and it is very delightful. It's kind of a perfumey scent. And then we have brandied pear, and this is just super juicy and wonderful with just a little of depth from the bourbon. And as for a regular one, I did confetti blossom, and I had this fun design, but it didn't like really play out very well, so some of the colors did muddy up a bit, but it still smells amazing, and it's still oh so good. So as part of that, we also had strawberry bourbon. So again, this is some things from the last release, but also new stuff is coming and joining them. So we had the strawberry bourbon bubbling bath salt milk bath. So it is a mixture of baking soda and salts and delightfulness. And so we have a brandied pear one as well. And then also had confetti blossom. I wasn't quite sure how to design this one, so I just went with a plain old white one, and I just think it actually is super pretty. Look at that. Can you see? I just think it's super pretty with the pink salt in it. So there we have those. I'm going to show you the wax melts that we had with the December release, but I also have a whole bunch of brand new ones for this release. So we had chocolate lavender, and they're just the cutesy little donuts. We had cocoa butter cashmere in the donuts, and we have strawberry bourbon in the donuts. Now, I did have brandied pear and some butterscotch bourbon, but those sold out of those designs at the time. All right, we have a lot coming for wax melts. I have a new shape that I'm doing, and I went all out. I have 24 scents of the wax melts. So wax melts are for home fragrance. You put 1 or 2 of the little discs into your wax melter, wax warmer, and you let it melt and enjoy the fragrance released. Now, I've had some question about this before. I use a rather hard wax, so typically you need a plate style warmer, not a bulb warmer, not a tea light, to get enough heat to melt it. So I have like a little gnome with a bulb, and it does all right, but sometimes it's just not hot enough to completely melt it. So if there's like a little skin, it's just like as a tiny little bowl, and so it kind of leaves like a little skin of hardened wax on the top, even though it's melted underneath, and it just can't really release it very well. So I do like the bigger plate style warmers so that they will get nice and warm, and go ahead and get that melted so that you can have some nice scent. Now, every nose is different. Some people are more used to a much stronger fragrance. Some people can't handle very much of a fragrance. So this amount you use and your type of warmer is really going to differ per person. Your house is going to make a difference. Are you running ceiling fans? Are your windows open? Are you running an air purifier that's maybe trying to suck some of that scent back out of your air? I mean, there's a lot of factors to wax melt. So everybody's house and size and all the factors really play into it. But for me, it usually, unless I have the melter that's underpowered, it blows me away, and I have to turn them off within like 30 minutes because it is already like, my plate warmer, it has already like bloomed it, and that's all that I need. I still need to label all of these, so you are just going to see them plain packaged, but I will tell you what they are. So this is the new style, and I just love these cute little discs. Aren't they cute? I love how they turned out. Oh, so good. Oh my goodness. So the 4 of them together is 2.5 ounces. So that is the same as, I got distracted by the time. That is the same as pretty much a clamshell. So this one is green clover and aloe. This one is called Salt Flats, and I really like this. It's a very fresh and clean one. I don't remember what this is. Oh, yes. Oh my gosh, it's so good. This is called Farmer's Market, and it is a mixture of like citrus, some herbs, a little tomato leaf, but it's sweet too. It really is a shocking, surprisingly good fragrance. Like, you wouldn't think all those things together would necessarily make this just like sweet fragrance, but it is. It's like citrus sweet, but then it has that little bit of herbal and a little bit of the tomato leaf in the background. It's really nice. This is my fresh tub. I need to find some better way of storing these. And then this is pink grapefruit twist. Now this is a mixture of my pink grapefruit and my grapefruit twist. So it's still a delightful grapefruit, but it's not a straight grapefruit. But you're going to smell it and be like, oh, grapefruit. Here's the next tub. We have always and forever the favorite figgy cream. We have some of the mountain lilac. I had just a little bit of that mixture left, so I went ahead and poured melts. We have poppies and peaches. It's back. And this one is rose water and ivy. And it is just so pretty. So this one I think is my favorite tub of the month. And we have pistachio cream and we have posh plum. And they are duplications of some very popular fragrances. And I really love how like they're like, I don't know, there's a lot more sandalwood and more like mature fragrances in them. So like, I don't know their number equivalents to like a Sol de Janeiro type, but they're like a similar note to that. And then if you like stargazing is here in a wax melt, and that is just, I put out a soap last year, and it just smells like night air and some cantaloupe. It's like fruity, but also kind of earthy and fresh night sky. I really like it. And then I think I put some things in backwards. And then we have Windsong Pine, so good. Okay, so we have a couple of tubs of the sweet scents. So I mixed up a cinnamon sticky buns. It smells really good. I added some more things to a regular cinnamon bun to kind of bring out more of the dough notes, etc. And then we do have more butterscotch bourbon in the cute little discs. This was my favorite one for the holiday season. It smells so amazing. We have confetti cake marshmallow. Now, my color really packed a punch, so it wasn't as light on the top as I intended it. And then this one is a chocolate covered cherries, and oh, isn't that pretty? I don't know if you can see that. That is so good. And then the last one here, I wasn't quite sure what to do, but we have a Fruity Loops, and I did kind of a yellow and a green thing there because it's a lemon lime cereal, really. And then this one, hey, I'm missing something. All right, well, we'll just talk about this one for now. This is lemon curd, so it is an amazing lemon. And this one here is banana nut bread. And then this one is coffee latte. But wait, there's more. So this one is a mountain huckleberry. We have a sweet apples and a bourbon. Some of these colors really pack a punch. I always test them, but as they solidified and went through their curing process, they have deepened quite a bit. This one is the Lemonilla Kiss again. And then this one is Peach Nectar. Okay, so there you have it. Those are the products that are coming with our release on Thursday, January 23rd at 5 p.m. Mountain at MoRiverSoap.com. And I hope that you're excited about it. I'm excited about it. I'd love to film a pack and chat with this release. So with your order, make sure you put it in your notes that you would like to be part of the pack and chat. Kind of love to give you a cabin update if we do a pack and chat. And I'm just ready to pack orders. I'm ready to really kick off this new year. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you on the next video. Hopefully I'll be packing an order for you as well. Bye.